my last point is not only the profitability and the sustainability. That organizations must think whether they are going to face the vagaries or the uncertainties or the challenges in time to come, and what are they are planning to sustain the organization. So to me, profit is alone cannot be talked about unless it is thought that how it is going, how organization is going to sustain its position and profitability. In this case, I like to add that there was a product company. Most of the new old generation people have developed the product film and product camera. That once upon a time that used to be Fortune 500 company with 40th position. Now Kodak is nowhere in the scene. In the previous sessions, Xerox was being talked about that. We all knew that it is not a photocopy. We go and have a Xerox. Xerox could not maintain their leadership. So to me, not profit alone, it is sustainability also an important ingredient. Entrepreneur and management team must think of it. Thank you.
Hello. You've already heard from big business and big governance. The rest of the people on the panel are comparatively smaller businesses, and we have nearly no governance. That's how the business is running. So I'm going to take this opportunity, and we will one by one, all of us are trying to become entrepreneurs. Some are senior entrepreneurs like Rachit here, others are first generation. So Rachit has a BMW parked outside, I don't. It's still in the showroom, I'll get it one day. So we're going to talk about a little about what our journey has been and what our learning. How many of you students say want to become entrepreneurs? How many of you are passionate? Not just passionate, you don't have to be entrepreneurs. We need to talk to you guys afterwards, okay? First thing is passion. Most of us finish our graduation, our master's degree, and we get a job, okay? That is like, if you look at it from a relationship perspective, that's like getting married and then finding love, right? Entrepreneurs first find love, and if it works out, they decide to get married. Personally, I run LawRato, so I got married right out of college to a job in the software business, and I spent some time, 14 years, till the relationship was not working so well. So I took a divorce and I found love again. So, all of you can find love. So, people at the front, entrepreneur has nothing to do by age. You guys are young. The world is giving all of us a chance. At my time, the good thing was to get an H1B visa and go to the US. And that was the only option for software guys or marketing guys. So today we're going to just talk about three things. Passion comes from within. Passion is not sitting on a stage. Passion is trying to do something. But in entrepreneurship, passion is not about just personal. Are you passionate about something in terms of solving a problem which needs solving? Let's say you're very passionate about bouncing a ball on your knee. You can't build a startup on that. I'm so good. You have to find something, a problem which is large enough, which can be solved through your passion. And passion is not about dedication. Passion will make you want to build a product which is wonderful. Passion will make you want to make it an inclusive product to help others. Passion will try to make you more competitive if there are other people outside. In the words of Larry Wall, he's the father of Perl, a programming language, and all of the examples for programmers. The three greatest virtues of a programmer, and I would say also of an entrepreneur, are laziness, impatience, and hubris. Hubris being an ego so big that even God wants to strike you down. And these are virtues. Laziness makes you hate doing things again and again, the boring, the repetitive, the cumbersome. You want to automate things. Impatience, you are in a hurry, you want to do it now, you want it to be faster, better, bigger, more. And hubris, and most important, you want to be proud of what you built. Even if others believe in you or not, today or tomorrow they will, but you must believe in what you are doing every day. So I'm part of LawRato. We are a legal tech platform which is solving problems for B2C clients. So if anybody has any legal advice, property, documentation, criminal complaints, divorce, we provide support across the country. We have 3,500 lawyers the reason I am passionate about this business, two reasons. I've had a close brush with the law, a couple of cases against me, I filed a couple, I realize how difficult it can be. But more than that, I've already worked it for 15 years. I believe, I hope we are at least helping a few people out there. We're not an NGO, but at least our work is helping people get justice. So I'm going to ask other colleagues on the panel, what do they think, what is passion, and how can passion drive the product and the service to build it into a brand? Rachit?
Thank you, and very, very well put. I think passion, so like the 3 P's of startup world, passion, people, and paisa. So you have to know how the 3 are going to go and fall into a place. But yeah, passion is what keeps you going, if not really what gets you started. Because startup world typically is a W cycle. So the moment you're starting up, you are up there. You're very, very high on energy. You're going to think, I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to revolutionize the world. Then comes a downfall, where customers are not coming to you. You're running after the investors. They're not coming to you. You're losing sleep. You're losing hair. You're gaining weight. And then again the curve starts, the upside swing. But that is the passion which keeps you going. So if you're not passionate enough, you won't be able to complete that particular cycle. So I think starting up, there has to be tremendous passion to start up because you're sacrificing a lot of things and you're entering into a sort of uncharted waters. But what's very, very important is your skill set. That if I'm getting into a business, do I know how to run this show? Or am I dependent on 10 other people to do the thing? So if I'm getting into a tech business, for example, if I'm developing Google, am I the primary coder? Can I run the show if these 10 people leave? Yes or no? If the answer is no, step out. Because people come, people go. And then your passion will obviously stay there. But if you're if your skill sets are right, then along with passion, you would drive the business to greater heights, and then the money and people and everything will follow. So I think that's why passion is equally important as a skill set.
So as Rachit says, passion, the core dream of that startup or that business must be dreamt by the entrepreneur himself or herself, and find the right people around you to support. They will share your dream, but you must be driving the bus.
Precisely.
Yeah. Okay, Sanjula, her passion is to help people save money, and everybody's passion is to save money. So Sanjula, what do you think? What makes a startup? How can passion help a startup succeed?
Okay, first of all, hi everybody. This is Sanjula Miglani, and before starting this panel discussion from my end, I'd like to mention a point. I am highly impressed by the way you put everything together. I mean, I couldn't have done it better. And people usually tell me that I'm good at this. So I'm going to appreciate that first. Now, answering the question about passion, what exactly is passion? Absolutely agreed with the point that, just by bouncing the ball, you can't be passionate. Yes, you're passionate about it, but you can't start something up with just that. The problem statement should be so encouraging for you that you need to solve this. And that is what absolute passion is. So I remember I was in school in grade 12 and I used to do a lot of Model United Nations. A lot of students here would be aware of what it is. So I used to go to these sessions and I used to debate for the love of debating and all of it. And one fine day, a colleague was sitting and he just asked me, "Isse kya milta hai yaar? What do you get out of it?" And I'm like, "I'm just passionate about debating." He says, "Is that it? Or is it about what you're debating about?" And that got me thinking that day, that yes, it's actually about that. It's about how I want to help people. And that's when I co-founded my own NGO about 6 years ago, and it's now actually funded by the United Nations. And I'm very proud to say that the problem statement was so big that I actually wanted to answer it. And that's what makes an absolute entrepreneur. Yes, you lose sleep. Yes, you get grey hair, and believe me, it's bad for a girl. But you know what? You're so passionate about and in that direction that no matter what, I want to achieve this. And absolutely rightly put again by Rachit, you know what? You need to be perfect. Actually not perfect, but excellent at what you're passionate about. Either that or start learning it. Because people come, people go, but your business needs to run. And for that, you need to know it in and out. So according to me, passion is not just a word. It's about improvement and innovation. That is passion for me. And I think it should be more.
Vaibhav, you are in a highly competitive market where most people would believe it's not a good idea to fight. It's chances of success are low, but you already made a success in the mobile ecosystem. So share our experience. Can passion help you take on the big boys?
Passion is helping us right now, if I say. We started, I have been into the mobile handset industry for the last 17 years, worked with all handset manufacturing companies as CEOs and other high profile positions there. But when I got an introduction with the founders of our company, and they were young IITians from Bombay. They were working on a project on language. So we had a lot of discussions and everything, and the passion was there in them, and it also gave me passion to understand, because I knew the market in India from the handset industry side and understood the problems faced by the consumers, what they were facing, and the smartphone increase, the smartphone business increasing, people going for smartphones. So the B and C and D category towns where the main business people are expecting right now, they didn't understand the language. So our product is we are the world's first regional operating system. We are fighting with Google, iOS or Microsoft Windows. And right now in India, we are the second largest OS company after Google. So we have already overtaken iOS and Windows. So we are at around 7.9% of share in India. So which is a very big thing in last 1.5 years when we launched and when we started, reaching the second largest brand, like the second largest OS in India. This is all due to our passion and our effort, what we did for the consumers, and because we understood the problem statement, what was required from the consumer, and we developed a product which was solving the problems of the consumer. So that gave us a good strength and a strength in the market for us to right now to reach the number second partner in India.
So according to Vaibhav, passion, if you're competing in a dominated category, it's not about copying, it's about finding what trick they're missing, what the customers really need, and build your background on that. So on that note, I'm going to invite Amandeep. Amandeep is a similar business. He's not fighting organized sector, he's trying to create a sector which is totally unorganized. And I hope you've taken a ride. His wheels are better than a BMW, so what he's providing to people. So Amandeep's going to tell about how he's trying to create something in an unorganized sector with passion.
Yeah, hi Nikhil. First of all, hi everyone. My name is Amandeep, and I'm from Mobileon, founder and CEO. I'd like to thank Nikhil for setting things in momentum and energizing such a beautiful conversation over here. Well, if I talk about passion, the worst thing with human race is that we believe in a rat race. We believe that if we should just follow the person who's moving ahead of us, he's following another person ahead of us, and everyone is walking in a line towards a dead end. If you ask the first person as to where he was heading, he'll say, I was going home, and people just started following him. So that's where passion steps in. Today, a lot many people want to get into the startup industry. They believe that this is a very in thing. They believe that this is something that is very catchy. But let me tell you that it's about passion and a lot of hard work. If you believe in something, if you truly believe that you have a solution to a particular problem that is there in the society, and you really want to cater to that problem, that is where you should really get into the startup world or the industry and establish a company of your own. As far as my story is concerned, when I was in IT Delhi, and at that time I was working under Professor Sudipto Mukherjee, who was the head of mechanical design and manufacturing. I had an interview with him for about 40-45 minutes with his back facing towards me. And I was trying to convince him. He did not see me, he did not ask me what my name was. I entered his office. I was just trying to convince him that I want to work upon this project that was on vehicle simulators, and I'm very keen towards it. For 45 minutes, he had his back towards me, and I was just blindly convincing him. When I actually convinced him, he looked towards me and he said, you're working on the project, so let's have a walk to my lab. In those 5 minutes from his office to the lab, he convinced me that if you want to make something out of yourself, look for problems around you. Look for problems and then find solutions in the form of technology. And this is market that technology, build a brand out of that technology. And that is what we are doing today at Mobileon. We believe that last mile connectivity, the unemployment, the rising pollution levels, they are a major problem to our society. And with the commercial electric vehicles that we are manufacturing and designing, we believe that we can solve all these problems in a longer run. So thanks again, Nikhil, for asking my opinion on the same. I'll just pass on the mic to you.
So what it comes out, passion is about finding a problem which is big enough to solve and which needs solving. The problem with that is when you, and let's talk about investors, it's a dirty word, but you need money, right? When you have a great problem, you found a great problem, you say I will solve it, they will say who died and made you the expert? It's a good problem, it is worth solving, but why you? You can say I have some technology skills, they will say you don't have money, you say I have the right team, they'll say you don't have the tech or you don't have the marketing expertise. So no man is an island, no matter how smart you are as an entrepreneur, it's a team game, but you have to find your own team. Because when initially you will raise money or you will attract customers or whatever, they are buying into the people, which is your small team, before they actually buy into the company brand, which will take many years to build. When we started LawRato, and I joined up with a colleague who was a lawyer, and he was a lawyer, so I've never talked to a client at LawRato. I'm not a lawyer, I'm a nice guy. Others are all lawyers in our company. They talk to the clients, but what I did was for 8 months I rode in an Uber every day. And every day, twice a day, for 8 months, I talked to the taxi drivers. Because the model was similar. I wanted to realize what the lawyers, what are the trigger points which they like about in such a marketplace. So I talked to the drivers about money, about business, about Ola and competition, because we were going into a space where we didn't know people. Another small example, I wanted to hire a tech, and it's good there are not many tech. Tech are very boring people, okay? They don't have much social life. So I knew a lot of tech from my background. I didn't want any of them around. So one guy applied, a young man. I asked him, what have you done? He said, sir, मैंने startup खोली थी, fail हो गई. I said, बहुत अच्छी बात है. I asked him, we work on this particular technology XYZ. Do you know how to do it? Sir, आती है कर लेंगे, कोई और होती वो भी कर लेते हैं. I pretty much gave him the job. Years back, I went for a job interview with a large multinational. It was a great job. They asked me one question. I was a tech at that time. They said, Nikhil, tell us something. What is more important, attitude or technology? I'm ashamed to say that at that time I answered technology. So you have to find like-minded people, of course with the skills, and who share your passion, not just your dream. Many people in the initial phase will come looking for building their own startup or other things, but you need to find the right partners, whether it's suppliers, lawyers, employees. So quickly, let's take a view of everybody else. Rachit, you already built and sold one. So let's talk about the one where you already made the money. How did you find your team, and why do you think it was a great team, which was what the others wanted to acquire?